But check this shit out. This is a dope ass story. This is history is about to be made right here, bro. All right, because this is the introduction to the greatest Latino hip hop artist in history. Big Pun. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody could fucking top this dude. Take it from him. But so we wanted to make music. So we used to start writing together. I remember fucking Pun used to make us go to his house. I remember the first time I went to his house. I went to his house. This man had no furniture. He only had a fucking 8-foot pool table in the middle of his living room. You couldn't even you had to shoot pool like this. No matter where you went, you had to shoot the ball like that. He was a real pool shooter, and he loved pool. Dude didn't have no fucking furniture in his house. I'm keeping it 100. He only had this gigantic fucking pool table in the middle of his living room. And that's how I met Liza. And then the kids were babies. They were all small and shit. And Pun didn't want to let us leave the house. He was like, no, you can't leave until you're right. You're right. You got to write. You got to. Everybody, that's the way Pun was. And then Pun used to have this rhyming dictionary. And that nigga memorized like that whole fucking dictionary. I don't know how that is even possible, but he memorized that shit. And he used to that's how he was so incredible with his wordplay, because he knew exactly what to put in. You know what I'm saying? He knew exactly, like at the moment, like this fucking dude was just insane. So anyway, we wanted to do something together and shit like that. So we started doing it. We created the Full Eclipse thing and everything. It was me, it was Big Toon, Lyrical Assassin, Joker Jam, and Big Moondog before everybody's name changed down the road. Mine was one of the first ones that changed pretty quick. Just because I used to do a lot of sick shit. So they was like, yo, this nigga is fucking sick. So the sick one made sense. We all got together. We went to my boy's house. Check this shit out. We all went to my boy's house at University Projects. His name is MCTNT. So I'm giving him his flowers right now. MCTNT is, to me, the first Latin Puerto Rican fucking rap artist ever out of the Bronx. Because even when I was a kid, he was the first one that I ever heard even rhyming, but being a Spanish dude. You know what I'm saying? And rhyming it the way he was, his fucking kid is incredible. But anyway, we all went to his house, and he had a recording studio. Now, this is 30 years later. This fucking guy still does recording studios. But at this time, he had a recording studio on the projects. Dude, we built a fucking booth and everything just so that we can record in his living room in the projects. We recorded, which became the first cassette tape with Full Eclipse. It was one song that we were all on it together. All right? We were all on it together. One song, one tape. With that tape is the one that started circulating in our block and our hood that everybody started listening to. Boom. It gained a lot of energy. Everybody was going crazy over this fucking tape.
Was it a song or was it just like freestyling?
It was a song, but kind of freestyling, but it was all four of us on it.
Do you still have it?
It was, huh?
Do you still have
No,
it?
I don't. I wish I did. It's like with all the memorabilia, the t-shirts and everything that we ever had. We're about to drop some shit to y'all, man. Some crazy shit. So that's the tape that was circulating. That's the tape that everybody was hearing. That was the first introduction that Joe heard from all of us rhyming or whatever. Joe never liked me rhyming. Let's keep it 100. Never. Even I was the fucking dude's fucking hype man. Don't understand that, but whatever.
You played it for him, or he just heard it from the street?
The street. Everybody used to. No, I played it. I played that shit for him.
Like, did you be like, hey Joe, listen to this, or?
Yeah, listen. Yeah, and I ain't gonna front. When he heard Pun, he was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Fucking Moondog." Boom, boom. He meets him again later. So that tape, right? So during this whole time, we were all together. We was always together. We couldn't, dude, I'm telling you, you couldn't separate us. It was all everybody from the block that's watching this right now. They know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Couldn't separate us. We was just 4 deep. We did everything together. Everything. From fucking selling freight drugs in Hunts Point to all kind of shit. We did a lot of stuff to just survive, man. And we did a lot of things together. So after all of this right here, we used to do everything together, all the music together. We started going to a strip joint.
The Wedge?
We get in there. We started going to the strip joint in East Tremont. It's called the Playhouse. So at this Playhouse, the reason we started going there was because Melly Mel, yep, the infamous Melly Mel, had a little thing going on in there. There was a open mic. He had an open mic at a strip joint for rappers or whatever. Come in there, do your thing, right? So he also had a show. I think it was on Hot 97, and it was called the Mike Check Show. Anybody knows and remembers what I'm talking about. He used to have a show that was called the Mike Check Show, where he used to let people come up there and spit, whatever. So we go in there. We became regulars to this fucking strip joint. We go there. We do our thing. Bang, bang. He invites us to the radio station. We go to the radio station. Me, Pun, Cuban, Sace. Was on the train. Boom. We go over there. We get upstairs. We start spitting immediately. And Melly Mel just let us go. We just went. We let us go. He was wilding, bugging, blah, blah, blah. Who walks in? Fat Joe. Walks in right in the middle of us spitting. These are my guys. This and that from the block. This my guys. All right. We still taking off. We still doing our thing. Then you hear the infamous story with Tony Sunshine and Cuban. Cuban ended up getting stabbed inside of the in front of the Playhouse because of beef that Tony Sunshine started inside with some guys. Yes, Cuban almost died and the whole shit. I'm talking about guts out, like his fucking shit came out, type shit, because of Tony Sunshine or whatever. So that shit set us back or whatever. You know, Q almost died, the whole shit.
You weren't there, obviously, right?
No, I wasn't. We weren't there that night. None of us. And that's crazy because this is that one night that we were not together. He decided to go with Anthony, with Tony Sunshine. He decided to go with him that night when that happened.
Yeah, because I know if you were there, bro, it would have been a different situation.
No, but we went back there. We went back there because, you know, from what happened to Cuban could tell you the story. We went back there. And during that time, you know, the guns that we used to have back there was stupid. You know, we used to have the fucking like the M16s and all that shit. You know what I mean? So we went and we went in there and shit, and we flipped out. We went there with the guns and all of that. We took the manager outside. Everything was crazy. We're just trying to find out who did that shit to Cuban. So that because of that whole shit got shut down. There was no more open mic. There was no more hip hop nights. There was no more nothing. That shit got shut down after we went in there and we fucking shut it down. We flipped. So same thing with and just to let you know, because you can get in contact with Lil Heck and everybody that was in the video store in the block. We were gonna flip on Anthony, on Tony Sunshine because of what happened. It was done. We were gonna flip. And Lil Heck, Margaret, everybody they the ones that stopped me from flipping. They the ones that told me, yo, he's a little fucking kid, leave that nigga alone, whatever. And that during this time, you gotta understand that he was very, very young. He was young nigga. You know what I'm saying? Young. And we just all, and you know, and it's just speaking truth, we all guarded dude at this time because he was young. He wasn't about that life. Never was about that life from that time. He was just, you know, a little young, you know, pretty boy kid. You know what I'm saying? With a great mother, God bless the dead. Incredible mother, great mother that guarded this kid. You feel what I'm saying? At that time when he was a kid, came from a great family. Nobody showed him love with the music, with you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. Tony, at that time, he was so fucking young, but the kid had talent. He could sing. A lot of people knew this kid had talent. Yo, Sunshine, nigga, remember who was the one that used to be beating the fucking ice box in front of the store? And when I used to spit, and the nigga that used to come out and do a little hook and shit behind it. You remember that, my nigga? Me and you. Mad love. Not that I don't got love for the dude now, today, you know, I got, you know, whatever. But, you know, just history lessons that I'm speaking. So we was going to flip on him because of what happened to Cuban, because we felt that it was his fault, and it was his fault. But at the same time, you know, I was overstepping my boundaries at the time too, because dude was family, but I was taking it somewhere else. But You know, little heck, whenever you speak to dude, if you ever do, he could tell you, you know what I'm saying, that he's the one that fucking put the foot down. It was like, no. And that's how that stopped.
Because Cuban said that Pun wanted to whoop Tony's ass because of that.
Everybody did. Everybody. It's just like I said, I'm a different animal. I wasn't about that shit. It was, you know, it was gonna get so really fucked up. And then everybody wanted to get this kid because of what happened. You know, like, you know, the real talk, motherfuckers. Yo, Cuban almost died. Like, they took him to the hospital. He was holding his fucking intestines in his hands.
It's crazy.
Who lives through that? You know, so, you know, the dude went through some shit. And then that happened and things like that. And so just to continue with Full Eclipse, Little Heck from the block, he's the one that got us to go to the Lower East Side. And we started going to the Lower East Side and hang out with Little Heck. And Little Heck had a great friend. You know, his name was B. And God bless the dead. And he's the one that actually put the money behind Full Eclipse. He's the one that paid for all of the jerseys that we had with the logos. He's the one that paid for all of the T-shirts and the boxes of T-shirts that we was giving out to the hood. We had leather vests and we all dressed the same every single day because of this guy. He's the one that put us on when it's like just promoting us and advertising. He's the one who paid for all our advertising at that time. And so when we did the Mike Check show, everybody thought that we were black. Nobody knew we were Hispanic because we never even mentioned that shit on the air. So we used to tell people, yo, yeah, that was us on the radio. Then nobody believed us because we were Puerto Rican. But nobody knew that we were Puerto Rican that was on the radio that day because nobody mentioned it. So as we went around trying to get our flowers, yeah, that was us. That shit wasn't you. Get the fuck out of here, blah, blah, blah. Because they thought we were black, but we were Puerto Rican. And they started knowing it was us when we started showing up with all this Full Eclipse clothes and giving out T-shirts and doing all of this shit in the hood. You know what I mean? So that's that chapter.